Hello, my name is Brian, and this is the Vapor Chronicles, and today we're going to take a look at the drone from Lost Vape. This is a bottom-feeding squonking mod, dual 18650, DNA 250, detuned because it's dual 18650s. Okay, it's a DNA 167. It has huge juice capacity, little icon action on the top, a little squeeze vape. If you're into dripping but you want a little bit more of a compact setup where you don't have to take your bottle out, which is a pain in the ass, pop your cap off, drive head on into a tractor trailer on the highway, but you like the flavor, you like the flexibility of adjusting your airflow, you like to put fresh coils in, you like to control your vape a little bit more, you also like power, flexibility, removable batteries, 2 amp charging. So much to talk about, so let's get to it. Let's take a closer look. Alright, so here it is, the drone from Lost Vape. And this is a bottom-feeding squonker, and if you don't know what that is, I'm going to show you exactly what that is. But this is a squonk-ready device. As you can see, drone bottom feed, the BF, that's what that stands for, DNA 166, manufactured by Lost Vape. So the design is really inspired by the original Triad. You have this stainless steel finish on the front. You know, this is going to be a fingerprint magnet. It looks pretty, but yeah, you have anything on your fingers and you're going to get some smudges on there. And nice size button, nice and clicky, up and down buttons. There's no rattles, nothing's loose or anything like that, which I would expect from Lost Vape. Micro USB 2 amp upgrade port / charge port, all the features of eScribe, all the features of the DNA 250, but down throttled for the dual 18650 batteries that you run in this thing. So you have the DNA 167. And it should be working just like that. So you've seen the DNA 167 1,000 times before. So I'm not going to go through all the features because that just becomes redundant, and you guys deserve better use of your time than me wasting it. As you can see on the top here, spring-loaded stainless steel 510 threading. And size-wise, if we want to compare it, let me zoom out just a little bit. This is a Triad. So it's definitely a big device, okay? A little bit wider, a little bit deeper. So this is where the bottom feeder tank is, and it's accessible by pulling off this door, and there's little indents right here. You can see there's a cutout, and on this side there's also a cutout, and you just grab a hold of it and pull, and you can see that there's a magnet, and there's 2 magnets on the bottom right there. All right, everything's contoured to fit your batteries on the one side, which would be here and here. And this is also for your bottle. Okay? See? You also have a removal ribbon, and your battery indicators are clearly marked, positive, negative, and these are spring loaded. Nice clean ribbon, says Lost Vape on there, and everything's sort of really nicely done, put together. Fit and finish is nice. All the creases and everything line up perfectly. I love the finish on the top here with this stainless plate. And there's your squonking bottle. This, we're going to be using the Icon RDA, right? Bottom feeding pin right here comes with it. So it's going to be a perfect RDA to sit right on top of here. So you're just going to screw this in just like so. Since this is a center-mounted 510 pin, you'll notice that this sits perfectly in the middle, and I know that was really important for Lost Vape, and it's actually really something I appreciate too. But this is a 24mm RDA. You're going to be able to fit huge RDAs on here. And we're going to open up the little compartment here, and I'll show you how to fill this, all right? So here's your squonk bottle, and you can actually disconnect this just by grabbing right here and just pulling down. There's a little nipple in there, see that? Right at the top. And it shows you a little display of how to put your bottle in the compartment there. So we're just going to take this and remember the height of this little tip on the end here because you want to make sure it lines up right. And we're going to pull this out. This is like a little, sort of snaps in. And we're going to take our juice of choice. What am I going to use? Let's use some of this. This is some DIY or die rose milk concentrate that I made. So let's fill this up with that. I'm using a syringe and I already put in 5 milliliters. So this is the second syringe full. This is also 5 milliliters. And I'm doing this just to measure how much this holds. So for me, that's high enough. That's 10 milliliters. I think it's 11 they quote, but I'm not gonna have you hold me to that. But when I put this in, it'll raise the level, and I feel comfortable with that amount. So once I snap this into place, I'm just gonna grab my little top. I'm gonna screw this on. And I'm gonna make a little bit of a mess here. You just grab it firmly, make sure it's centered, and give it a nice even push, and then that should slide in without any difficulty. All right, so then I'm going to put this cover back on, and we're going to check the squonkability of this thing. All right, so we're going to zoom in pretty close. See that hole right in the middle there? So I'm going to firmly press right here and get this thing primed and started. Yeah, see, that's perfect. Nice flow. It's coming out really nice. No problem at all. So that's much better than the first one. The first one I couldn't get any juice to come out. See that coming up? Push, and it just fills it. Let my wick get saturated, and then I let go, and then it sucks the excess back down again. And once the batteries are in, you can see nice bright OLED screen. Or I'm going to leave mine in wattage mode. But if you want to switch or find out what mode you're in, hold the plus and the minus down. Press up twice, and you can see preset nickel, stainless steel, titanium, watts. That's what I'm going to stay in. All right, unlock. And we're going to go up to 100 watts. So I have a 0.2 ohm coil in here, 100 watts, and everything should be good to go. So we're wet. Look at that juice, nice and wet. So grab our cap, pop that back on. We should be ready to vape. So there you go, Lost Vape BF bottom feeding squonk mod DNA 167. Beautiful. Let's zoom back out and let's take it for a vape. There you go. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, the finish on this, it's kind of nice. Two-tone, little fingerprint magnet, but beautiful, shiny top, front with the black side. You could put a black atomizer on here. You could put a stainless atomizer on here. It's pretty easy to match up, pretty easy to make this thing look good. Size-wise, well, it's going to be big, okay? You have this big tank, inside here, right in the side. You have your dual 18650 batteries on this side. You also have your board right over here, and you have your atomizer. So there's a little bit of weight to this thing. It does fit in my hand, but it is bigger than something like the Triad. But remember, the Triad has 3 18650 batteries, but there's no atomizer on there. So as soon as you start adding your juice, you're going to be filling it up more often, or say you grab an RDA, and then you're also going to grab your liquid bottle, or even if you want a little bit smaller, you have your liquid bottle. This starts looking a little bit more appealing, a little bit more convenient, and that's why I love it. Now, I've had single 18650. Lost Vape had the Therion that had the SQUONKER. They had this SQUONKER that was the built-in LiPo. But finally, a dual 18650 SQUONKER that is going to give you a lot more control over the length that you can vape, and also the output of the power that the device has at your disposal. Love the DNA 167. It's awesome, fast charging, e-scribe, lots of different profiles, and it's all put in this nice package. This is not really a review of the DNA 167, even though it's sort of part of the package deal, but we all know that's good. What I want to know is, how does the atomizer fit on here? Well, it fits on there perfect. Okay, it's flush. Makes good contact. I haven't had any leaking from the top at all. Also, battery compartment. Comes off easy, goes on easy, and when I'm not even holding the battery compartment, I can shake the shit out of it. Nothing rattles, nothing's loose, and everything stays in place. The batteries don't move. The batteries are nice and in there. I'm using Sony VTC5As, but I've used a couple different batteries, LG Brown, Sony VTC6s, and they all work no problem. Love the icon on there, but most RDAs these days come with a squonking pin, and if it doesn't, that's a con because, you know, people like to squonk. Squonking is, it's just so convenient, you know? Like, usually it's like, when I'm at home, I like to drip, and when I'm on the road, I like to take something with a tank, and this sort of gives me all the joys of dripping, but I can do it in my car when I'm driving down the highway. That's assuming that I'm lefty, because it's sort of, I'm a thumb firer, right? So when I hold this in my hand, and I'm holding it the way I normally would, I can't access the squonk bottle because it's under my palm. So I have to negotiate the mod, find the squonk, not a big deal, but you know, I'm just letting you know. Give it a nice little push, hold it for a couple seconds to make sure it gets saturated, and I'm back to thumb firing. Is it a deal killer? Hell to the no. Is it convenient for all you know, like the Bogan was saying when he was on the vape team last week? He loves it because in Australia, Great Britain, and a few other places, they drive on the right side of the car. So their left hand is free, the right hand's on the wheel, and you can actually, no problem, you can thumb fire and squonk all with your thumb, or if you finger fire, you're going to have the same problem. In this side, if you finger fire, you can squonk no problem. So it really depends on your configuration. Do you finger fire? Do you thumb fire? And either way, no big deal. It's convenient. It's fine. So I'm gonna put this thing through the paces. So far, I've had the prototype for like a month and a half now. So this was the prototype. I was vaping on that. Had some problems with the squonking. Fixed it. Messed around with it some more. Ruined it. But I have used it, so I'm pretty familiar. This thing's pretty awesome. Okay, I haven't had any major problems with this. It's been what, 4 days now that I've had this, and it's squonking away. No problems. Everything starts up. Good contact for the batteries. Good contact for the 510 pin. A little bit heavy, you know, but you would expect that with all that stuff inside. But if you're looking for a squonker, you want extra battery life, you want that lost vape fit and finish, you want that quality at a not so crazy price, links below, you can pick it up. Lost Vape, Drone, BF, Squonker, Dual 18650, DNA 167, 2 thumbs up by me. So thanks for watching. Click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.